So I had an interesting thought the other day. What is hell like? Because a lot of people wonder what the afterlife is all about, and hell is always a highly debated topic. It's a hot take. Well, I guess not really a hot take. I don't even know what a hot take is. I don't understand the slang. Uh, Regardless, a lot of people wonder what hell is like, and I got myself thinking, what would it be like? And I came to the conclusion that it's basically how your life is now, but slightly worse. Like, uh, what's that movie called? It's like Wrist Cutters. Maybe it's not Wrist Cutters, although I think that's what it is. Anyway, it's this movie where this guy kills himself by cutting his wrists, and he goes to a slightly worse version of life. Um, Everything's just kind of like the colors are more dull and washed out, and just things are just kind of really mediocre, but like more mediocre than normal. And you have like a scar of how you died somewhere on you, or like something like that. Like if someone suffocated or drowned, they'd be like blue, like in the face. Or if you cut your wrists, you would have like cuts on your wrists, like scars. Um, anyway, the point is, it's like a slightly worse version of life, which I said. But then that got me thinking, what if we're already in hell? I mean, just look around you. There are so many just depressed people. There's so much violence and hatred all over the place. And even when you try to do things right, sometimes people still get after you for it. Like, okay, so I work in retail. So I'm reasonably miserable throughout my life. Um, I'm not where I want to be. I wish there was more that I've got going. I've got some good things in my life, but I've also got some really crappy things, mostly the fact that I work in retail. But whenever I think of how like kind of miserable I am, uh, I look to people who are more miserable, and I feel like, oh, I'm not allowed to feel miserable because someone else always has it worse. And well, how is that fair? How are my feelings of inadequacy, my feelings of my life isn't where I want it to be? How does that somehow get invalidated just because someone else has it worse? I mean, yeah, they have it worse. That sucks. It really, really, really sucks. But that doesn't mean there's not suckiness in my life. But a lot of people are like, oh, you have to feel guilty for these people who have it worse than you. And you're not allowed to feel sad because if you feel sad, then you're diminishing the suffering that they have to go through. Oh, okay. Thanks. I feel much better now. But I mean, there's just so much awfulness. And then I thought, okay, well, what about all these people that commit suicide? What happens after you die? Well, maybe we go to a slightly worse version of what we just experienced, or maybe we just have to relive the same crappy life over and over again and just feel like crap for all of eternity. That would kind of suck, but who knows? Although it's not like life is completely awful. I mean, there's plenty of good things in it, but maybe that's just to distract from the fact that things are awful. You know, like things are awful, but oh, here's this nice thing to distract you. Oh, but now you're thinking about it again. And you know, a lot of times the world just it feels so unfair. I think that's what gets me the most. Is the world is just unfair. Like there's there's the whole thing about cause and effect. You know, cause and effect, karma. That's something a lot of people believe in, but you know, a lot of time cause and effect doesn't mean anything. Uh like like cancer. Cancer is something like it's understood, but it's not super well understood. Like healthy people can still get cancer. Why? Why does that suddenly happen? Why do bad things happen to good people? Why do sometimes the bad guys win? Like where's the justice in that? And you know, sometimes just no matter how hard we try, sometimes we're just doomed to fail. Anyway, that's basically just what I've been thinking about. If you're watching this, let me know. What do you think? What are your takes on this? Otherwise, thank you for watching and have a great day. Or, you know, have a slightly less crappy day if we are, in fact, in hell.